Hey everybody, 3KO Games here. We have a brand new Hero in the Untold Tales 2 summon. Let's jump in and look at Fafnir. There he is, looking pretty awesome with a big icy spear and an axe. I don't know how you're going to use both of those. That's a whole lot. That's Trivaldi. He is a 5-star green fighter, so that chance to revive is always handy, and he's from this Myrkheim realm, which gets the Arctic core. It doesn't really say anything in the family bonus more than you get an Arctic core, and what does that really do? It's about the passive. With the Arctic core, all enemies receive corrosive frost for 3 turns. Fully charged Arctic core, the corrosive frost deals 489 frost damage and lowers the target's attack by 15% each turn. Deals extra damage against heroes with minions or a mega minion. And the frost damage, of course, is scaled by the amount of charge on the core every time he is hit. So when he casts his special skill, all that stuff happens. That's a lot of ink. The other thing in the passive here is that he has innate resistance to frost. So he's going to give it, but he can't receive it. In fact, when you try to put frost on this guy, you're going to get 450 boosted health and 5% mana each time they resist. So extra good against, well, himself, really. Bringing him in against other Myrkheim heroes, but then again, they're going to do the same thing to him, right? Also, another way to use that kind of ability is against glass heroes who have that big chance to reflect. So that reflect comes back to you, and you're actually just healing yourself. Yep. Stat-wise, we are looking at 12-11 team power. Did that just go to a totally different realm? 1196. Okay. Oh, that's right. So this was the power boost that they were throwing out to a bunch of heroes. But I'm like, wow, they've been doing very well with the power creep and only going up, every week will go up one number, but it was at like 1189, I think. And suddenly that's 1211. Okay. Whew, over the 1200s. 1250 attack, 1174 defense, and 2288 on health. So no matter what you think about this guy and his passives and his special skill, just based on stats alone, you land this guy, unless you're the type of player that has, 20 good new heroes all waiting to be leveled, you're going to level this guy up. Those stats are great. Double limit break this guy, and he's got a counterattack ether talent, which is fine. It's not a big counterattack, and it can be dispelled, but that's that. Okay, let's read about Lance of Avarice. Fast, speed, special skill. Attacks the target and nearby enemies with Frost Fall Strike, dealing up to 2100 damage, and deals 40% more damage if the target is of the fire element. This target never misses. This special skill never misses its targets. Let's just keep reading, then we'll go back and think it through. All damage the target and nearby enemies receive is increased by 35% for 3 turns. The target and nearby enemies reflect status effect buffs to a random character on the opposing team for 3 turns. And that's nice. Certainly the second and third bullet points are clear and super usable. So Fafnir is probably the first hitter that you want to use in your team, so that the other hitters after him get increased, deal increased damage. Also, that reflect buffs is going to be very, very handy if you time that right. and aim at the right targets. The Frostfall Strike, I mean, they have so many of these heroes now, and we don't have, well, we have Wither heroes and Growth heroes, but also so many Garrison Guard heroes to take that away, that it's tricky to use a character like this, especially on defense. Because are you going to get, even if you put a goblin or somebody that does growth, it doesn't have to be a goblin, because is that going to just be eaten away by the defense if they bring the right Garrison Guard in? But yeah, you can't just do defense down and increase this guy's Frostfall Strike. It can only be growth on your team's attack and wither on the other team's defense, which makes it a little bit limiting. But again, maybe if you are bringing this guy in on a green stack, he's the first to hit instead, and then you get plus 35% damage. The other thing that's kind of weird is with this dealing 40% more damage if the target is of the fire element, the whole realm is doing that, so no matter what color. But with a green color, it just makes it a little bit awkward. I mean, do you bring in then a strong green stack against a red tank? I mean, you don't always have to color stack, but that's a little bit weird. Maybe if it's a blue tank, but there's a nasty red hero, it could be very useful that way. Even like red flanks on a blue tank, he could be super useful. Or maybe you're going like 3-1-1. It's a red tank, you got blue heroes, and also this guy. I don't know. Again, I think the Frostfall strikes, most of these strikes are, just a little bit clumsy. And the stronger damage from a green hero against a red target is a little bit clumsy. But overall, great hero, just based on these huge increased stats. And I love the second and third bullet points. Definitely worth your level up, in my opinion. But what do you think? Let me know down below. And let me know if you get any luck in some pulls here. I had one pull, did it earlier, no luck. But that's okay. Thanks for tuning into the video, everybody. We'll see you next time.